People haven't, to this date, thought much about the eye as an avenue to treating brain disorders. But it turns out the eye is part of the central nervous system.
My background was in retina and vision. I just thought, well, the retina's a perfect pathway into the brain, so we can use it as a single injection into the eye.
We have the ability to only affect this particular circuit without affecting every other system in the body, and so there are many fewer side effects. And we find it also seems to be effective in a neurodegenerative process that happens in locus coeruleus, which is important in Parkinson's disease and Alzheimer's disease and other neurodegenerative disorders.
Patients who are going to the hospital either with a suspected mass or something that they may need follow-up diagnostic imaging. The job of the surgeon is to remove that tumor as completely as possible while leaving as much healthy tissue behind. The goal is to make whatever it is the doctors are looking for, whether it's a tumor or a blockage in your arteries, to make that more visible on their imaging technologies. So we're developing a nanoparticle that can be used as a contrast agent, a new type of contrast agent for medical imaging.
Our team recently developed a new technology to efficiently exfoliate or separate the graphene layers from graphite within a molten thermoplastic polymer. And this results in lightweight, high-performance composites that are applicable for the aerospace industry, automotive, infrastructure, sporting goods, packaging applications, and military applications.
I came to Rutgers because I wanted to work with Professor Dismukes, and I wanted to work on the energy problem. This catalyst uses renewable energy to break CO2 and water up and reorganize the molecule to make the monomers for plastic production.
So right now we're digging carbon out of the ground, burning it off, recovering the energy and emitting it into the atmosphere. But if we can take that carbon, or the CO2, and turn it back into something that we can use, we're closing the carbon loop. Using
a CO2 from the atmosphere, we can actually make plastic bottles.
This Tech Advance Award allowed us to take the technology in a new direction, really focus on commercialization and do the science, do the work we need to do to get potential investors excited about the technology, to show them that it works for them and answer the type of questions that they would have.
It helped me look at other applications, so identifying what the customer needs were in all those different areas and the market needs, and then the viability of our particular product in those areas.
We have also talked about doing experiments that look at toxicology and safety. It's very difficult to find funding for those types of experiments.
The Tech Advance support and the team behind Tech Advance have really been invaluable for us. We've started a new company that's called Renew CO2. And really, the purpose of that is to commercialize this technology.
So the Tech Advance team and the Office of Research and Commercialization were instrumental in negotiating the license with the startup company.
The financial support has been key to that. It's allowed us to do experiments that we wouldn't otherwise be doing. The people it's connected us to have been critical. They're people we wouldn't have encountered amongst the scientific community.
We've been lucky enough to have received a gift from one of the VCs. And in addition to that, we've met with quite a few experts in the field who have given us really valuable feedback.
The Tech Advance Award is a link from laboratory toward commercialization.
There's very little funding available from federal agencies on the translation of science to a larger scale. And Tech Advance provides that gap funding.
Being able to put forward a technology that we can show to potential investors, I think puts us in a much better position for commercialization.
But then at some point you stop and you think, is this technology really going to impact people? Is it really going to get out there outside of the lab? It takes an effort like this to make that really happen.
They're driving forward many technologies that will either become clinically important or important in other avenues of our life and our environment.
That's something we really need to have an impact in the world. And I really hope the program continues.